Hey, it's Danielle. Today we're getting real about love, the kind that feels magical, but might actually be toxic. We all think we'd spot a toxic relationship, but the truth is, toxicity is sneaky. Sometimes it looks like passion or us against the world, but it's just pain in disguise. So let's pull back the curtain and look at 7 surprising signs you might be idealizing toxic relationships. Ready? Let's dive in. First up, the excuse-inator. This is the role you never signed up for, but somehow you find yourself playing it over and over again. It starts small. Maybe you brush off a rude comment your partner made at dinner, or you laugh off their forgetfulness as just being quirky. But soon, you're fielding questions from friends and family, always ready with a reason, an explanation, or a story that paints your partner in a better light. If you're always justifying your partner's bad behavior to friends and family, you might notice that your explanations are getting more elaborate, and maybe even a little desperate. You find yourself defending things you know, deep down, aren't really okay. You're not just convincing them, you're convincing yourself. Every time you smooth things over, you're also trying to reassure yourself that everything is fine, that your relationship is still on solid ground. But the more you do this, the more you start to lose sight of what's actually happening. You might even start to doubt your own feelings, wondering if you're overreacting or being too sensitive. In a healthy relationship, your partner's actions speak for themselves. You don't have to run interference or explain away their choices, because their behavior is respectful, kind, and genuine. You shouldn't have to be their PR agent, spinning every story and covering up their mistakes. Your energy should go into building a connection, not damage control. If you're constantly saying, "You just don't know them like I do," it's time for a reality check. Sometimes, outsiders see things more clearly than we do when we're emotionally involved. Ask yourself, are you making excuses because you're afraid of what it would mean to admit the truth? Are you worried about being alone, or about what others might think? Making excuses builds a fantasy world where their bad behavior is always an exception. But the cracks start to show, and eventually, it gets harder and harder to keep up the illusion. Don't let yourself get stuck defending the indefensible. You deserve a relationship where you can be honest, with yourself and with the people who care about you. Next, the highlight reel romance. Are you replaying only the good moments and ignoring the pain? That's self-deception. A handful of happy memories can't outweigh a mountain of hurt. If you're clinging to one perfect date while ignoring all the bad, you're editing your own story. Healthy love is good most of the time, not just in highlight clips. Don't let a few shiny moments blind you to a pattern of darkness. Let's talk about the self-sacrifice trap. It's a situation where you constantly put others' needs above your own, often to your own detriment. This isn't just about being kind or generous, it's about losing your sense of self in the process. If you're always putting their needs first and losing yourself, that's not love, it's self-erasure. You might think you're being supportive, but in reality, you're diminishing your own worth and happiness. Compromise is healthy, but disappearing into someone else's life isn't. It's important to find a balance where both partners can thrive without one overshadowing the other. Your partner should encourage you to shine, not ask you to shrink. A healthy relationship is one where both individuals support each other's growth and aspirations. If you can't remember the last time you did something just for you, it's a red flag. Self-care and personal time are crucial for maintaining your identity and well-being. You're not a supporting character in your own life. You deserve to be the protagonist, with your own dreams, goals, and happiness taking center stage. Don't sacrifice your happiness for someone else's comfort. Remember, a fulfilling relationship should enhance your life, not diminish it. Prioritize your own needs and well-being, and you'll find a healthier, more balanced way to love. Have you ever felt like you're walking on eggshells around someone you care about? It's that constant, uneasy feeling. Like every step you take or word you say could trigger a negative reaction. You find yourself second-guessing your actions, tiptoeing through conversations, and holding your breath, just hoping to avoid conflict or upset. If you're always monitoring your words and actions, carefully editing yourself to avoid upsetting your partner, that's not a sign of a healthy relationship. It's not normal to feel like you have to hide your true feelings or walk on eggshells just to keep the peace. Relationships should be a safe space, not a minefield. You shouldn't have to constantly play the role of peacekeeper, always managing their moods or smoothing things over. It's not your job to absorb their anger or anxiety, or to be responsible for their emotional stability. When you're always on guard, it takes a toll on your own well-being. Living in a state of constant anxiety is exhausting and can be deeply damaging over time. It can affect your sleep, your self-esteem, and even your physical health. You might find yourself feeling drained, on edge, or even questioning your own worth. In a healthy relationship, both people are able to handle their own emotions and communicate openly. You should feel comfortable expressing yourself, knowing that your feelings will be respected and heard. Mutual support and understanding are the foundation of real connection. If you notice that you feel a sense of relief when your partner isn't around, or you look forward to their absence just to feel at ease, that's a huge warning sign. You deserve to feel safe and relaxed in your own home and in your relationship. Love should feel like a place of comfort and safety, not like a tightrope walk where you're always afraid of falling. Remember, you deserve a relationship where you can be yourself, without fear, without anxiety, and without eggshells. The sound of silence, when you're afraid to speak up or share your true feelings. If you're always swallowing your needs to keep the peace, you're losing your voice. A healthy relationship is a safe space for honesty, not a performance. Your feelings and needs are valid. They deserve to be heard. Don't silence yourself to keep someone who won't listen. You deserve to be seen and heard. The "they'll change" delusion, hoping your partner will magically become who you need. If you're dating their potential, not their reality, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. You can't change someone who doesn't want to change. Waiting for them to become better keeps you stuck in an unhappy present. Look at their consistent actions, not rare exceptions. Don't set yourself on fire to keep someone else warm. Stop waiting for a miracle. Choose what's real. The comparison curse, constantly measuring your relationship against others. If you feel jealous of healthy couples or relieved you're not as bad as others, something's off. Don't settle for less bad. Aim for genuinely good. A healthy relationship feels secure, not competitive. If you're always comparing, your gut is telling you something's missing. Take a hard look. Is this what you truly want and deserve? That was a lot, but if any of this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Recognizing these patterns is the first step. Don't blame yourself. Real love doesn't require you to lose yourself. It helps you find yourself. You deserve a love that feels safe, kind, and consistent. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Remember, you are worthy of healthy love.